Hi, I'm Michelle Shepard, registered dietitian, and let's talk ruining your day and restarting next week. So, this is really common. If you do it, you're not alone and you're probably in the majority, especially when it comes to people who are trying to lose weight or keep weight off. The sense that you have to be perfect has been drilled into us for a long time through diet culture. And so, when we have an extra drink or we eat some random things in the afternoon or get a little bingey with some chips when we're stressed, at 4 p.m., all of a sudden our brain goes, you've ruined the whole day. You've lost the progress you've made this week. You know what? Let's just start tomorrow. And then we end up ordering pizza for dinner, snacking on stuff in the evening after the kids go to bed. And instead of the one, fall we had, the few hundred extra calories, we end up with like an extra 600, 1,000 calories in a day. And if you're someone who tends to restart the next week instead of the next day, instead of losing one day, we've now lost two or three or four. And so instead of being, 70, 80% consistent and on track, we're down to like 40 or 50. And where I see clients make progress with weight loss is not 100%. No one can sustain that long term, but it is about 80%, right? So about 80% of our day is on track. We have some better, more organized days, and we have a little extra on certain days, especially the weekend. It doesn't take perfection, but it does take steadiness. And so restarting or hitting the screw it button because you've had a miss for the day totally wrecks your consistency. And so it means you're not going to lose weight consistently, and you're certainly not going to keep it off long term. So if you do this, don't underestimate how big of a deal it is. It's probably way more important than trying another diet or detox or cleanse or like cutting out carbs. So focus mindset first, always, always. So what do you do if this is something that is a habit for you, a like thought that pops up or a shame and guilty thing whenever you fall off track? There's two ways I like to look at this. The first is think about it this way. So if you were running a race, and I'm not a runner, so let's be clear, you don't have to be one, but say you're running your first 10K and you're on the path and you trip and you fall down, do you just stay in the dirt until the next race? Do you lay there until someone gets you? Do you get back up and walk back to the beginning, even though you're halfway through, and restart the race again? No, you brush off your knees, you clean up any scrapes, and then you just get up and keep going, right? You just finish it off. You start from where you are. And so what we do with food is we just stay down. We might stay down for 2 or 3 or 4 days, or we might move ourselves backwards by hitting the screw button and eating extra stuff that didn't actually feel great, wasn't super valuable, and wasn't part of our plan for that day. So remind yourself that if you fall down, falling down is completely normal. The only thing that's important is just getting back up. And how I like to do this in practice, so I want you to think of that visual next time you are tempted to restart tomorrow or Monday or next month or in September after summer's over, is to come up with the next meal rule. And so you know me, I'm not big on really rigid rules, but this is one I really like my clients to live by. What I want you to think is, okay, that didn't feel good. It was not part of the plan. It didn't work for my body. Mentally, I'm feeling a little gross about it. What can I do for my next meal? So come up with a plan for, okay, how do I problem solve dinner being healthy-ish, even though I'm super stressed and we don't have groceries? And maybe you put in a family order for chopped leaf, or you get Greek and some healthy-ish takeout, or maybe there is a dinner planned and ready and you just need to call your hubby and pull the salmon out of the freezer. But what is the answer to make the next meal feel good? So what you're eating is less important than it feels more on track for you, that you are just getting up, brushing yourself off and going, okay, problem solved. How do I not fall down 2 hours from now? So coming up with that problem solving shifts you out of victim-y, drama, guilty, shamey mode when things don't go well. And it normalizes falls don't have to stay down. So you just get to go, okay, what is it? Make it as good as reasonable for that situation. On really stressful days, really overwhelming or busy days, that might be healthy-ish takeout. Is there some protein, some plant food? Great. On days where you can cook a meal or maybe stop at the grocery store, or you can kind of collaborate with whoever you live with to make that feel really awesome, great, right? Find the balance of what feels healthy-ish for the next meal, make a plan, change to your focus on problem solving instead of spiraling and feeling bad and guilty for being a human with food. So focusing on that next meal rule is a game changer. And it came up in my group this week as something that was really working for someone. So in Lose Weight with Confidence, she's had a busy and stressful week, but she was able to keep the spiral at bay by using that. right? So I don't have to stay down. What do I do? Right? How do we make a plan to keep this from spiraling out of control? So I wanted to share that with you because it's come up both in the group and with a couple of one-to-one clients. But I would love to hear if this is something you struggle with, any other challenges you're having with eating well or weight loss over the summer, so that I can answer them in our next video or next week. Thank you so much for being here, and I can't wait to hear what you're doing.